Everyone, and today I'm going to do my total review of the entire season of Doctor Who Series 10. The episode finished a couple of days ago, the final episode of the season, Peter Apologies and the 12 Doctors final season. And my thoughts on the show of this, at least this season, was it's solid. I mean, not episodes great. I did have some problems with some episodes, but I did felt it was a very solid season. I felt Bill was a good companion. I felt, even though, here's the thing with Bill. I didn't like her start because I didn't understand what the Doctor saw in her, what she made TARDIS quality. But then I realized she's just a random person who tags along with the Doctor, because I was so used to having there's a reason why, Bad Wolf, or the girl who waited, or the girl who saves the Doctor, or Dr. Dollar. There's always a reason why, and having that, it's just hey, here's some one person who tags along with the Doctor, and that, I think that's I just realized was very refreshing, and it wasn't we need to make her a reason to tag along with the Doctor. No, she's just some random person who tags along with him. And, having a gay companion, which was okay, I like that. And, I like that part of the character, but I didn't, and I was kind of worried because of it, and also because of Stephen Moffat, he would make Bill only gay, which I like that she had more complex and a little bit had more character than just, hey, look, I'm gay, because look at the other gay characters that have been around in his show running years of Doctor Who. It is kind of a little bit more you can't, it's a little bit, you're surprised there's no stereotypical gay voice, and stuff like that. But I like Bill. Of course, there's a couple of episodes I did enjoy. I definitely I did enjoy the haunted house one. That was episode 4, because it was okay, this is weird. I mean, this is just okay. That felt a little bit filler for a 12 episode season. And then we had and then after the monks storyline, which I felt went a little bit too long. I did felt that they felt they were switching it a little bit with episodes having a 3-parter, and I just felt okay, can we just wrap this up? Really, can we go to and find out, let's continue with the vault and Missy and all that kind of stuff. And I won't lie, after finding out that Missy was in the vault, I did kind of feel let's jump to the finale. Let's, we found out the big mystery. It's time to jump to, the Master coming back and all kind of stuff. And mainly because this. The Ice Warriors episode, which I felt was okay. I'm sorry, I don't see the appeal of the Ice Warriors. I don't think they're that cool of a villain. Maybe they're cool towards kids, but they're not cool to me. I felt that should be a 2-parter. I felt the Scotland episode felt like it needed to be a 2-parter, because that episode felt really washed. Those 2 episodes felt washed, and I did feel I want to know who the characters are, their motivations, their stuff like that, and it just being we need to go to point A and point B in 45 minutes. We need to quickly, who cares about character development and motives and stuff like that? Let's get towards it. And I'm nah. I kind of wish it was a 2-part, really. But enough about the season as a whole. Let's just jump to the final 2 episodes. I really enjoyed this story, really, because in the first episode, it was the first episode 11 of this finale. It it did feel like, understandably so, Bill was going to get turned into a Cyberman. Spoiler, I'm just going to spoil the entire season, sorry. But when Bill gets turned into a Cyberman, it did felt like this episode is mainly Bill focused, because something tragic is going to happen to her, and that we find out, her being a Cyberman. And then how she exits out of the show was probably the most peaceful, beautiful way of how to do it. She believes the Doctor's dead. She is with the woman that she loves. She gets, and then she exits out of the TARDIS into into the space stars, into the stars, and that was kind of a very peaceful, like, beautiful way how to do it. And seeing how Bill's reaction to the whole thing, "You're a Cyberman now," was like the most heartbreaking thing in the world. But that first part, I heard a couple of people saying it's a bit too slow, but I found it kind of nice and really well put together, well written, and a little bit of body horror, because they're in a hospital, and out of the blue you have people saying like, kill me, pain, like that, and of course that's going steadily shit out of the blue. Now, of course, the big reveal and the big stinger at in episode 11 is the Master, John Sims Master from the David Tennant years, is back as the Master and all that kind of stuff, and it did felt like he just jumped back in and played the Master that we all know. Yes, he's cured from his own edition of the whole 4 Nox thing, which, it's nice that kind of got West to bed after the end of time, because it was like, are we still dealing with this? Like, the whole thing about, the whole, that's probably 5 or 6 Nox, but, you know what I mean, and then we had, seeing Missy and the Master together, it was like, this is probably I don't know about the classic series, but this is probably the first time we ever see 2 Masters in the same room, so that was kind of cool. And how Master's reaction to, like, he's going to turn into a woman one day, and he's like, so what type of bras do you recommend, like, really, like, and him asking, is it kind of weird that I find myself, like, looking at you, found a little myself attraction, because that would be wrong, because it's like, it's a reasonable question, but like, hey, you see, what if you did turn into the opposite gender, and you find your other, that female, the opposite gender's version of you attractive, is it wrong? It's like, it is wrong. it's kind of weird, but I did, and the involvement of the Cybermen. We see Cybermen are all different histories. We see the Cybermen from the classic era. We see the Cybermen from the Wall Street Davis years, and we also see I like to call Cyber Iron Man, because I do not like the design. It's like, that's basically Iron Man. Iron Man, like, I don't play Marvel in Infinity War, that's what Iron Man's gonna wear. Like, that's basically what he looks like. But that, besides that, it was a really good finale. How they handle the whole Doctor generating thing was kind of nice, and kind of different. Of like, he sacrificed himself, he blows up, he survives. But also we have this whole thing of wanting the whole, what David Tennant's Doctor did was knowing that he's going to regenerate, but he confused to regenerate. And then we get the big stinner that was it David Bradley? The guy who played Winnie Hartnell from a space was an Adventure in Space and Time, a wonderful TV movie about the first couple of years of Doctor Who. It's a really well done show, well done movie. I actually owned it because it's really damn good, and he comes out of the shower and he is initially playing the first Doctor, and that was like, I know a lot of people who are big fans of the kind of series are going to be like, oh my god, this is awesome. I'm like, I won't lie, that is cool. Like, what the Christmas special, what Peter Pol's final episode will be, and of course whoever the Doctor, and at the end whoever the new Doctor is going to be. So this is as I said, I think it's a very solid series. Of course, this video is going to be slightly longer. In fact, I'm going to talk about 12 episodes. So, yeah, I think it's a solid season.